our main event of the evening. This contest is for the FUD UK vacant heavyweight title belt, fought under 265 pounds. And the first fighter to enter the octagon into the blue corner. Let's hear it for Patryk. Chmielewski. Entering into the red corner, let's hear it for Chris Miles. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing these title challengers properly. The challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. He hails from Melton Mowbray. He's 31 years old, stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, and weighed in at 242 pounds. He fights out of Hard Knocks MMA and is undefeated with a mixed martial arts record of 4 contests with 4 wins. Let's hear it for Patryk Chmielewski. Opponent, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Nuneaton. He's 31 years old, stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, and weighed in at 251 pounds. He fights out of combat and exercise, and is also undefeated with 3 contests and 3 wins. Let's hear it for Chris.
Both these guys undefeated. The title is vacant. It's unit time, Ben. Sack the timekeeper and buckle up.
And both of these guys standing right in the pocket and banging. And as I say that, Miles comes in, goes for a takedown with Chmielewski, does very well and reverses, ends up on top. Got to be careful not giving his back up here. It's almost in the old school judo scarf hold position.
Yeah, not where you want to be with a big dude like that on top of you. Fast and furious action here.
The last place you want to be in a heavyweight fight is on the bottom.
Does well does Chris Miles to get back to his feet and look for a takedown of his own. Chmielewski maybe looking for the neck here. Yeah, he's digging in, Ben.
Looks like he can snake his arms across.
There's no arm in, Ben.
He's got that. That looks very tight. He's arcing his back, and a tall heavyweight like this has got the leverage and the power this early on. That is very tight.
That's a 240-pound man hanging off your neck, Ben. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of torque.
There is a finite amount of time you can stay in that position. Oh, and there we go. And Chmielewski coming forward. Got to be careful of gassing the arms out. Oh, and a big shot there. Both of these guys taking some heavy, deep breaths. Oh, a nice leg kick there.
Low kick.
He didn't like that. And there's another one. Needs to be checking those. And Chmielewski coming forward. Once again, that takedown, beautiful.
He struggled to get out of this position earlier on, Ben. It's not going to be easier when he's that much more fatigued.
He's great behind the arm as well, and he's throwing the punches. A lot of shots coming in. These might not be the hardest day, but they are all adding up. And a big man like this, Mark Woodard's taking a very close look at it. I mean, how can he really improve his position from here?
Yeah, it's very difficult. Obviously, the shots aren't damaging enough for a stoppage, but how many can he take? But we say that. Miles now back on top. Chmielewski, you know, it's an issue brought up very much in MMA at the moment about playing the game with the 3 points, but the fighters are away from that now anyway.
Chmielewski looking for that over-under. I mean, we've seen with the couple of takedowns he's hit, he's got a little bit of judo on him, clearly. There's another leg kick. Got to watch out for those. And Miles coming in with a flying knee. I often just see that in heavyweight MMA.
And that landed, Ben. You saw the grimace across Chmielewski's face. That definitely hit him.
252-pound flying knee to the sternum. Nobody wants that for breakfast.
You don't need it, Ben. You quite frankly do not need it. And these guys, I've been impressed with the pace, Ben, thus far. As the 10-second clacker goes.
Going up, and there's the takedown. Working the whole round was Chris Miles for that. What a back and forth round that was.
Yeah, we will see a second round.
You've got to wonder with fighters like this, Dave, unbeaten guys fighting amateur heavyweight, which is traditionally quite a thin division in this country in terms of talent-wise. How often are these guys going to have got to this far? How many of those guys on these records who are going to have folded like the proverbial laundry early on?
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right, Ben. I mean, these guys, you know, Chmielewski 4-0, Miles 3-0. As you say, it's hard to find quality opponents. No offense to those up-and-coming UK heavies, but I'll be surprised if these gents have gone the distance many times between them. So could be uncharted territory here. Both guys blowing heavily, but to be honest, it was a very fast-paced round in terms of heavyweight action, Ben, wasn't it?
I think it was a fast-paced round, full stop, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Takedowns, flying knees, judo throws, the whole gamut really in 3 minutes. And to see heavyweights with that, unbelievable really. Mark Wood just instructing it. Some order to be mopped up there, obviously, for fighter safety priority.
That's Fight UK fighter James Hurrell in the corner of Chmielewski.
Oh, and a nice front kick. Caught his man straight on the jaw. These guys are throwing big punches. Oh, and there's a nice straight left. That's landing. Chmielewski's got to keep moving.
Got to be very careful, Miles, for ended up in that takedown into
that's a
judo
nice
scarf
knee.
hold again. I'm not sure this clinch is where he wants to be, Ben. He's struggled here in previous rounds.
Chmielewski looking to link the hands together if he can. No grab of the fence there. Once again, trying for it, doesn't quite get it. The size of these two.
I've got to say, Ben, this is a really refreshing heavyweight contest to me. You see a lot of heavyweight contests in the UK, and let's be honest, we saw one on the UFC last week that, you know, almost descend into comedy, but these two guys, very well matched and well-rounded guys.
I think of a real, both of them standing out there and banging it. And like I say, the two very skilled guys. And it's not usually what you see in the heavyweight ranks. Like, look, take nothing away from the talented guys we've got, but in heavyweight you generally end up with either Clark Kent or Nicky Kent.
Yeah. Chmielewski's corner, pleading for the man to pick his hands up. He's almost got no guard, Ben. I think signs of fatigue, trying to say,
nice
lovely
body
down
shot.
to the body from Miles.
Lovely.
Great hands from Miles.
Chmielewski
Beautiful right hand.
I think that's hurt him. I think that's hurt him.
Left hook.
Oh,
wow,
he kicked out of the way.
The cage nearly toppled over then. Wow.
Oh, and look at this work. Chmielewski's still staying in the pocket and banging, but it looks like Miles has found his rhythm a little bit. Got to try and get his man to the canvas. Miles, for me at this point, Dave, I think he's got more options.
Yeah, he's putting together punches and bunches now as Chris Miles. And Chmielewski's desperately swinging. His hands are down low. He's there for the taking. I'd like to see Miles go back.
Oh, there's the legs have gone. The legs have gone. Oh, that's a nice shot, but Chmielewski coming back. What a back and forth tussle this is. Very worthy of a main event of what has been a fantastic card here at Fight UK. Patryk Chmielewski tough as nails, but Chris Miles bringing it to him.
Yeah, from Miles' point of view, Ben, it's almost a sort of catch-22 situation here. He's got the top position, but can he damage his man from here? Yeah, now he stands up and looks to really get some leverage in.
And as we said so often, even at the start, not where you want to be underneath in heavyweight MMA, but as the fight goes on, that's the end of the second round. What a pace, the crowd on the feet here at the Hermitage in Leicester.
I hope the timekeeper didn't hear me, because we're going to move into the third round. And if he has left, it would be awkward. But Chmielewski, he's going to do well to see this third round, Ben, for me. I mean, he was clearly fatigued. He shipped a lot of shots. I think his corner man, you know, he's having a close look at him down there. From Chris Miles' point of view, we see it so often in MMA. I think he would have been better standing off his man and inviting him up, Ben, because he was tagging him at will standing, and maybe that little bit of time on the ground, although he was still under pressure, perhaps gave Chmielewski a little bit of time to recover.
What a contest this is for the vacant heavyweight title. We talk about, obviously, Fight UK Amateur Championships 4. I'll put you on the spot here a little bit, Dave. I mean, I'm struggling to remember a heavyweight fight in professional or amateur ranks here in the UK that I've seen that's been this fast-paced and this entertaining. Yeah,
we've seen a decent few heavies pass through, you know, the likes of Andrzejczak through Fight UK. But, yeah, in terms of a matchup that's been this evenly matched and this interesting and high-paced, I don't think I've seen, certainly not in the amateur ranks in the UK. This really is a good sign for the future of the heavyweight division in this country. The hands of Miles again, Ben. He fancies this on the feet.
He really does.
Beautiful
Throws out his
low
leg
kick.
mixing it up as well. Very nice. The combinations are coming now. Chmielewski hanging in there, tough as a coffin nail. Oh, I think he's struggling. And now he's going for the takedown, but good sprawl for a big man. And now Miles has got it where he wants it. You'd think he can land a few shots from this position.
Let's see what the guard work of Chmielewski's like. He's trying to work wrist control. Miles shrugs it off nicely.
Swimming the legs up.
I'd like to see him just let him up. Yeah, great decision for me from Chris Miles.
Chmielewski struggling to get back.
He is getting payoff in this situation.
Chmielewski firing that lead hand out there. Oh, a nice uppercut from Miles. Those 3 strikes not missing by much. Both these guys just standing in the pocket, banging. Fight UK's equivalent to Don Fran Takayama.
Wow!
Oh, and a big shot.
He's down. Referee's having a good look.
How is Chmielewski staying in there still? What a heart. What a main event here at Fight UK Amateur Championships 4.
Wow, Chmielewski is so tough.
So Brazilian, but I think the end might come now, Dave.
Yeah, he's shipping a lot of shots here. Referee Mark Woodard having a close look. But I mean,
nice straight shot going through.
Credit to Miles. You think a lot of people would have punched themselves out by now. He's so busy. You know, these aren't the most punishing shots compared to his shots on the feet, but they're relentless, Ben.
For a guy who weighs 252 pounds to be pulling this out in the 3rd round of a fight, that's not a slow-paced fight either, an incredibly fast-paced fight, just goes to show what kind of athlete this man is, what kind of athlete both these men are.
And now he mounts.
And this is going to be a tough spot.
This could be all she wrote, Ben.
Chmielewski still snaking round, not giving up. Referee Mark Woodard in a very good position. And the punches come in, and that's it. That is it.
The crowd go wild. The lights go off. Wow.
Fight UK once again bringing the house down.
Wow. Thick performance from Chris Miles. Credit where it's due to Hard Knocks Patryk Chmielewski, who showed some great toughness to stay in there at the end. But Miles, what a performance for a heavyweight and a worthy champion here at Fight UK.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 25 seconds of round number 3, your referee brought a stop to this contest due to ground and pound, declaring your winner and new Fight UK heavyweight amateur champion from the red corner is Miles. And let's hear it for a fantastic challenger. Let's hear it for Patryk Chmielewski.